Hello, everybody. Hey, it's Amelia. It's my first time back in the group since baby came, and let me tell you, if I didn't have Young Living and Raindrop and all these other things, I don't know where I would be, because my body just feels amazing, and I'm having the best postpartum time. So if you have struggled before with hormones, you are in the right spot. I am testimony of all the goodness that can happen from working on your hormones. And don't give up. That's all I want to say is don't give up. You might have just not found the correct thing for you yet. So welcome to my basement office. I have lots of things that have switched around. Hey everybody for joining in. If you want to just comment live, if you're watching the live video, if you're new here and you've never seen a live video from me, I'm usually here every week doing live educational group trainings, but I was on maternity leave for 2 months. So now I'm back. So just say newbie, or tell us how you got here or what brought you to this group, and give me a little info about your Raindrop business and who trained you. I would love to know. So my Raindrop journey began when I was pregnant, actually. This was about 8 years ago, and I was struggling so badly to get my body in order. And my first Raindrop actually healed me in some way, and I have to be careful with how much I talk about healing and using Young Living terms, but my body truly felt as if I was dying. I was actually told by my doctor, you're so far malnourished that your body's probably going to shut down soon. Your liver might stop working. Your kidneys might stop working, because I couldn't eat or drink anything. I was vomiting sometimes up to 40 times a day, and I said, you know, that's fine. I was living basically in and out of the hospital every other week, going in, getting infusions, getting more medication, getting IV medication. And when he told me, you need to forget about your baby, your baby's probably going to die, and I can even offer you an abortion. When he said that to me, I said, you're no longer someone I trust in my circle. So I stopped everything that had to do with that medical team. I mean, I still took the medications because I had to, but that doctor was no longer in my circle of trust. I went and found a midwife and a doula. I actually started researching oils a lot more. I couldn't even handle the scent, but I found Raindrop, and I went down to a seminar down in Indianapolis. I did a 3-day training, and my first Raindrop healed my body from vomiting. I woke up from that Raindrop. It took me about 3 hours to wake up. It was heavy for me. It was very strong. I hadn't eaten in weeks. I wasn't functioning well. But I woke up, and I never took another dose of Zofran after that weekend. It was so shocking to me how God had worked. And I knew in my heart that I had to give up the control. I had to say, okay, something has to be better out there. There has to be something, some sort of hope that there is, and there was. So I'm just here now, 8 years later. I have been an instructor for CARE, Center for Aromatherapy Research and Education, since December 2015. So this will be my 8th year in the loop. It's pretty much my 8th year. January 23rd of 2016 was the first time, like, I didn't go back after my postpartum. So 2016 is my anniversary for never going back to my corporate healthcare job. And it's been all uphill and downhill, or however you want to say it. It's all been beautiful since then, because I've let God guide my business. So here we are. Okay, introduction about me. I'm over. Just had to share a little bit more. So today we're learning all about the Raindrop and how you can add in hormone support. Okay, I love doing promotional things for the month and the season that we're in, and we're about to enter in the season of love. Like February, people are getting into the season of looking at their health and their fitness. And if you're a person that you have in your group or whatever, one of your clients can't even function to eat healthy meals because they're so tired. They can't function to make those healthy meals. They can't function to work out every day. Yeah, because we know both of those things help our hormones too. But sometimes you can't even do that. Sometimes you can't even get to that point to help yourself in that way. So in my mind, what better than to train your members and your clients how to take care of their body naturally, come to you for their Raindrop, and then teach them how to care for their hormones to get themselves back on track. Okay, So we're going to cover 5 basic hormone disruptions, some for men, some for women, and even young as children. Next week, I'm going to cover the brain hormones and how we can get the brain back on track. This is basically about the adrenal glands, the thyroid, the testes, and the ovaries and breasts for today. Okay, so lots to cover. Did I say adrenals? I don't know if I said adrenals, but adrenals too. So when you have a client who's coming to you for a raindrop with a hormone disorder, you have to ask them questions first. Number 1, have you been diagnosed with anything? And I say this by asking, is there anything I need to know about your medical history that would help me support you? Because I'm not a diagnostician, I'm not a massage therapist, I can't ask diagnostic questions. So if they tell you that they are on medication, you want to write that stuff down and just note it, okay? Because they may get such relief with this that they may not need those medications anymore. I'm not telling you to tell them to get off of those, but if you know that they're on something and they start to feel so good, you're going to have to encourage them to speak with their doctor about evaluating their overall hormone situation. This is very true for thyroid health, and for people with menopause. Okay, so if they're on a menopausal hormone replacement therapy, if they are taking Synthroid, if they're taking any other types of drugs that interact with hormones on an artificial level, these natural hormone supports are going to start making the body feel better, and those unnatural ones may start making them feel yucky because they no longer need it anymore. So just make sure you're kind of having some awareness around that, and don't forget to take some "this is what my client said" type notes, okay? If you're a massage therapist, you can do intake forms and you're different. But us licensed spiritual healer raindrop specialists, we cannot write down a diagnostician form. So just remember that. Keep that in your mind, okay? So the one that I'm going to talk about first is actually going to be just an overall thing of how to replace oils. If you have not gotten a book like this yet, Essential Oil Desk Reference, the 3rd edition, you can find them on Amazon, you can find them on thrift books. They're hard to find sometimes, and then a whole bunch will pop up. I actually got mine for a steal for under $50. Sometimes they're pretty expensive. But this has the basics of how to switch out. I'm going to be making a graphic for you guys and sharing this for each and every protocol. So that will come up hopefully over the weekend, okay? So each and every protocol in here for body systems, so circulation health, brain, joints, all things like that. Okay, so for hormone balance, it has a whole list of what you could add in there, but you want to do it specifically how to support which hormone system, okay? So there's clary sage, fleabane. We have that now. We didn't have it for a while. It's called Canadian fleabane. We also have Endoflex in there, Dragon Time, and Mister. Because I think a lot of the other ones weren't made back then. This was from the early 2000s. And Progestins Plus was not around then. And I don't think Dragon Time was created then either. I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, that's the great book that I refer to a lot. But I'm going to be adding to that and creating some more graphics for you guys to share. And also to be using in your own personal tools, okay? So let's start with thyroid, okay? The first one that's most important is our thyroid, and that's because it regulates our immune system, our metabolism, and it relates to a lot of other systems in our body. So if your thyroid's off, you're most likely going to have an issue with your adrenal glands. You're most likely going to have an issue with your pancreas, which regulates our insulin. You may have an issue with your liver. There's lots of hormones that go in and out of the liver because of cleansing. You may also have issues with your periods. They might become very heavy. Cysts might happen, things like that. Or if you're hyperthyroid, you might have no period at all. And a lot of young ladies, that can happen to them. And also women who are going through menopause as well. So hyper and hypo can kind of affect everything. So there's 3 oils that you can add into your raindrop. And now let's talk about that briefly. So let's pause. In our raindrop notes, there's a section, if you've been trained by CARE, which all of you in this group should have been trained by CARE. If you have not been trained by CARE, then maybe we need to reevaluate you being in this group, but I'm okay with that because maybe you're going to a training soon. But in our notes, there's a section after the trio. So we have the the oregano thyme, that's our duo, that's the scrubber. You keep that in there no matter what. Then we have our trio. Now this book, the Essential Oil reference book says you can take out that trio of oils, or Gary has also done where you add in more oils. My recommendation is to leave the Raindrop as is and add in the 3 or 2 oils for that hormone system, okay? Because number one, you don't want to ruin the Raindrop. You need that basil, wintergreen, marjoram in there to do that scrubbing action, that deleting action, and also to establish healthy support for all the internal organs and the bones and things like that. So rather than taking those out, you're just going to add them in. So for thyroid support, you will, after the trio, you've done your feather stroking for all 3, you're going to first do you're going to first do Juvaflex, okay? So Juvaflex will go down first. Juvaflex is to clean the liver, okay? So you're doing this 3 to 6 drops up the spine, feather stroking it normally 3, 6, 12, and then you're going to add in myrtle. Okay, I do not have myrtle with me. I don't know where that one went. And then you're going to do 3 to 6 drops of that, 3, 6, 12 feather stroking, and then you're going to add in myrrh, okay? Because myrtle and myrrh support the thyroid to have balance. Some people say myrtle is for hypo and myrrh is for hyper, but I truly have found such great results with my hypothyroid by using myrrh every single day, and I wouldn't leave that one out if I had a thyroid condition, okay? So for thyroid, write this down. First your Juvaflex, then you're gonna do myrtle, and then you're gonna do myrrh, okay? Then you continue on as normal. You go into the finger circles up the spine, then you do your cypress, and then you do your orthoes, valor, peppermint, finish, okay? That is one protocol for the thyroid. If your person has thyroid and adrenal issues, you could do 5 oils, or you could just simply focus on the adrenals first, okay? So we're adrenals, we're gonna do everything the same. You're going to add in specifically energy, 3 to 6 drops of this after the trio. And then you're going to 3, 6, 12 feather stroke it up just like normal. And you're going to add in Endoflex. Okay, so that's for the adrenal glands. The one thing that you could do if you have a hard time differentiating what your specific client's needs are, you can do muscle testing. You can have all the oils out. You can see which one your hand pops down to, or you could do an Itovi scan, or you could simply ask them, what is your preference? Maybe let them smell them, because a lot of times people with adrenal issues and thyroid issues overlap. But one big thing is that people with adrenal issues will have insomnia, and people with thyroid will generally be so tired that they have to go to bed at a certain time at night. Maybe they wake up during the middle of the night and it's not restful sleep because it's fretful sleep, like unsettled sleep. But adrenal sufferers, because it might be combination, they generally have a hard time going to sleep at night. And with those guys, you need to have them cut caffeine completely out of their diet. I'm sorry, I'm a bearer of bad news, but I cut it out. Now it's been 2 months. And I know that's stepped me up a higher level, okay? So just think about that. Okay, so now let's go into males. Males, you can start this type of protocol for young men because they have testosterone washed over them in the womb. Testosterone is vital for their life, and when they have endocrine disruptors in their body, like from plastics and crappy food and sugar and fragrances, like if you're letting your child put on deodorant on their underarms and it has the word fragrance in it, you need to throw that away now. If they're washing their bodies with anything other than a fragrance-free soap or Young Living soap, you really need to go get that off of their skin, because that is disrupting their hormones from a very early age before they hit puberty, and therefore their puberty might be delayed, their growth might be stunted, they may not have that support that they need because their physical biometric nature is not happening how it should because of endocrine disruptors. So Raindrop will wash out the endocrine system, clean it up. It won't let your body continue to be disruptive. And then to boost the testosterone, so anyone, I started doing this when my son was 7 because he was swimming a lot. And the chlorine can affect your thyroid and also can affect your testosterone levels. So I did this protocol for my son and for any man. You can do this on your husband, your parent, whatever. You're first going to start with Northern Lights Black Spruce. And this goes after the trio. So all of the things are after the trio. 3 to 6 drops, and then 3, 6, 12 feather strokes. Okay. Mr. I would add this after the Northern Lights Black Spruce. If you don't have Northern Lights, you could do Blue Spruce. They're both very readily available now. Any of the tree oils are great, but Blue Spruce and Northern Lights have been shown to increase testosterone production by 400%, and it's on my blog. You can go check my website, amelialasky.com. But by 400% by just dosing, I want to say it's 5 drops a day for 90 days, and it was able to increase it that much. 400%. For a man who's about to go take hormone replacement therapy and have to inject testosterone into his body or take testosterone pills, this is so much easier because you literally just apply it over the pubic bone. Okay? Amazing. Or you can ingest it in a capsule or take it orally under your tongue. Okay? So Mr. after that, and then because so much of the male testosterone, it affects the sperm, we want the sperm to be perfectly safe and happy and healthy, so we're going to use frankincense. This is a sperm health oil, okay? And if you're weird about talking about this with younger people, you can just say this is male health support, okay? You may have men coming to you. So these are the classic signs of testosterone deficiency. Depression. Number one thing that happens when men have low testosterone is depression. They will get low mood, low energy. They will have extremely low libido, or maybe they have libido, but their erections don't increase how they should, okay? Maybe it's a short-lasted blood flow to that area. And maybe they also have high cravings for sugar, because hormones really like things that mimic, hormone receptor sites like things that mimic hormones, and sugar is a hormone mimicker, okay? Same thing with caffeine. You want to get sugar and caffeine really low on that list, okay? We want to boost it up. And this, my friends, you can, if your husband is not on the bandwagon for oils, you can literally just put this in the diffuser and he will start to feel the energy. You will have nights where you probably will get woken up. I'll just say that, okay? I'm going to not go into trying to give this PG-13. But seriously, it works so quickly. My husband was not always on board, and we just needed to have a way to get him feeling better. And the VA wasn't really on board with testing his testosterone. And I was like, why are you not going to offer that when he's a male and he's gone through so many different things? So I pushed for it, and it was a little low. So we just started doing that, and it has been great ever since. And I've seen really, really great results. I mean, men have done coaching with me, and they're with their wives. We would do tandem coaching, and the wife is coming back and reporting, wow, my husband is back. Like, I cannot believe that I had to miss out for this long. So it's a really great support system, okay? So that's testosterone. And I'm going to answer all questions at the end because I want to make sure everyone gets all this information. Okay, so now for people who have hormonal imbalance during their monthly cycle, this is important to me because thyroid sufferers, adrenal sufferers, all of you guys have and even pituitary issues. If you've ever had a concussion, we're going to talk about that next week with brain health, brain hormones, because pituitary and hypothalamus concussions and damage can really be hard on your hormones as well. So tune back in now. But oh, sorry. Okay, I think it's back on. My low power thing came on my phone. So anyway, for people who have monthly issues, who are menstruating, this can be used for girls as young as whenever they start their menses and even before then. And something else that you can use for girls when it starts before then is Endoflex, and that's part of this, is to use Endoflex first, okay? So we're activating all the endocrine organs by putting it on the spine. So this one's first in that little portion after the trio. Endoflex supports all endocrine system, and this one is something that's like the hormone tamer when you're going through the preteen years. You can just make your kid a roller ball of this and have them roll it on all the time. It smells like mint gum. It doesn't smell like weird herby oils. My kid's always like, oh, that's gum. I love that smell. It's a great support system for that. And then you're gonna go in for the big guns. And I am saying this, you can replace a few of these. Like if you don't have clary sage, you can do sclerescence or vice versa, but you have gotta have dragon thyme, okay? It has fennel in there, and it's blended perfectly for over dominance with the estrogen. And this happens a lot because our endocrine disruptors happen and estrogen is mimicked with things like plastics and phthalates and stuff that's found in just the plastic that's wrapping up our food. There's plastics in our food now. We know that PEG is a form of plastic that's in your food, polyethylene glycol. These are all made from plastics that are in liquid form. So it's going in and connecting to your receptor sites and making it extremely challenging for your body to receive the estrogen that's supposed to tell your body, okay, cycle's supposed to happen. So then they have PMS issues like moodiness, irritability, cramping, heavy periods, clotting, cysts that occur. We don't want any of that in there. So dragon thyme is going to be what you do. This one, you can do 3 doses of dragon thyme if they're having bleeds that are filling more than a tampon in an hour, like more than a super tampon or a super pad in an hour. You can do 3 doses of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drops, and then do it again, and then do it again. So that might be something that you have to heavy hit with the dragon thyme, okay? I've seen great results with this. And then just go in for straight clary sage. And this one's going to be a little bit different, okay? So this is the one protocol where I'm going to have you very specifically focus on clearing the colon of the shin, because it's very often that women who have irritability with their menses also have IBS. And if this is true for you, please comment. Do you get constipated? Do you get the squirts, or like, bubble gut is what some people call it, where they just feel like they have constant bubbly gas in there, and then it's kind of diarrhea-y, and it goes back and forth from constipation to diarrhea. We need to clear the colon with this. So you are going to drop the clary sage instead of just VitaFlexing, doing it on the spine. You're going to add this in when you VitaFlex the feet, okay? And it can be done after the trio in the feet, okay? So that's a little bit different. So VitaFlex, clary sage, after marjoram on the feet, okay? And you're going to actually do the whole colon clearing of the shin. You can do the whole colon clearing of the shin for all the VitaFlex as well. So all 9 oils on the shin, and add that clary sage in on the feet, okay? Get it on the shins, okay? All right. And then once you're done with that, you got to make sure you're following up with these people. So I make a little, what's it called? A little survey. So I send out, I have an auto thing that I do for my clients. And for any client who comes in, I have an auto survey. How are you feeling 24 hours later? How are you feeling 3 days later? And then 1 week later. If that person comes in and they're on their cycle, I want to check in with them and see, did your cramps subside within an hour? Did they subside within 2 hours? How long did it take for your cramps to subside? And I encourage women to come in and have a cycle, have a raindrop on their cycle, because it's one of the great times where you're actually already detoxing, you're eliminating bodily fluid, and you are going to eliminate more because you're actually already doing that. And so some people think it's gross. I mean, feminine hygiene, you just take care of yourself and you keep yourself, covered or whatever. You're not getting fully naked anyway. So people can do that, and just please encourage them to come when they're really struggling too, because if you wait till you feel better, you might not catch some of the symptoms that they're actually going through. Okay. So that's just my little blurb about let sick people and hurting people come to your tables. Okay, and then last one. I know I've probably been on for 30 minutes already. Geez. Okay, the last one is for women who are postmenopausal, perimenopausal, who are struggling so hard with hot flashes, inconsistent cycles. They're struggling with moodiness and irritability and just sweats, and feeling like they're smelling, like their sense of smell ramps up, but they smell their body odor more. The hair might get a little bit more dangerous and like pokey on the face. So we're going to use 3 specific things. Number 1, menopause always has to do with emotions. So women who are emotionally imbalanced might experience menopause at an earlier stage. So we're going to start with joy. It has rose, and it has other high limonene oils in there that are going to cleanse the receptor sites and also go attack negative emotions relating to your female organs, okay? This means anytime time that you thought that because of your femininity you were less than, or because of someone made fun of you, or maybe poked fun of your weight, because it's notorious that women hold on to weight when they're going through perimenopause or menopause. Bloating happens because you're just holding on to all of this protection. Okay, emotional. So Joy's first after the trio. And then, because women who are in that mode have to have a balance of testosterone, we want Idaho Blue Spruce to come in. So 3 to 6 drops of that after the 3 to 6 drops of Joy. And then if you are someone who has access, like, so I normally would keep it those two and add in Endoflex or Nutmeg, depending on if it's thyroid or adrenal related. But if you're building a downline, I always carry extra bottles of Progessence Plus and support women through that. So if I do that for my Raindrop client, I'll add in 10 drops of Progessence Plus up the spine, and then I'll let them take that bottle home and I'll just add that onto their bill. So it's a $40 bottle. I'll just add that onto their bill, or I'll have them order it and bring it back to me because I know that they're on my downline and my team. If you don't want to add in Progessence Plus because it is more of a specialty oil and it's very expensive, then don't do it. But some women, if you want to see them have results and know if their progesterone is really low, add that in. They will feel like $1 million the next day, and they'll be asking if you can get them back in, but you can just let them know it's the Pro Plus, it's the Progessence. Putting it on the spine gets to all of the plugged and clogged up receptor sites, and it disseminates into the blood very rapidly. Another place that they can do it then is under the tongue and over their breasts, abdomen, arms, legs, any fattier area. But that's really how I've hooked a lot of women on Progessence Plus and seen them stop hating their life when they're going through perimenopause or menopause. Okay, so this is my spiel. I'm going to download this video, upload it to my Facebook, my YouTube account. I'm going to answer some questions really quick, but let me know what you have questions on. If you want these protocols in your inbox, please give me your email address. I'm switching over to a complete email system, and I'm going to be sending out things through email because Facebook is starting to shadow ban me and they're not showing everything to everybody. So I'm focusing on growing my email list. So if you want these protocols written out and exactly how to do them and who it can be good for, just please put your email down or message me your email. And I'd be super, super grateful if you just support what I've got going on by sharing this group to other Raindroppers. This group is specific for people who've taken a care class, but anyone who's taken a care class, instructors, anyone in care, anyone who's been to a care class can do this. It's not just for my team. It's for any care students, okay? So let me go back and check through those comments. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Jody, I just want to say hi to you. Hi, Sherry. Love ya. Jennifer, hi. I'm hoping you're well after your surgery. It's good to see you too. Yes, Sherry, I know. I'm so glad we got to do our classes together. Becky, welcome. She's another care instructor out in South Dakota or North Dakota. I'm not sure, but if you're out in the Northwest. Lisa Murray, thank you for coming. Okay, so if it's both, Lisa asked this question. What if it's both? Can I add in 5 oils? Absolutely. You want to remember that if this is your business, you also want to account in for cost, okay? So when I add in 3 to 6 drops, it's usually minimal cost, between $2 and $3, okay? And I just add that on their receipt. I type it into my invoice or add it into my paper receipt, whatever I give them. And I usually tell them, if you're coming in for a hormone thing, I might need to add more oils and it might just jack up the price maybe by $10 or $15, just so that they know. I'm done giving everything for free. That's not how I'm gonna live 2023 anymore and beyond. I'm going to get paid for my services and paid for my products. And I think people will like that. They will know that they got an extra thing, so they should be looking for extra results, okay? So yes, you can add in all 5 oils if you wanted to. Hi, Julie. So she said she's raindropping a 30-year-old mom and she has a major hormone issue, and she says monthly raindrop helps her better than anything. That is so beautiful. And it's because of the detox, okay? If you have been on hormone birth control, if you have been on using fragrance chemicals, I mean, how many of us used to spray our Bath and Body Works all over ourselves, or light up those Bath and Body Works candles, or go to Victoria's Secret and get the pink spray. Like, that's my generation. I had about 50 different perfumes on my dresser because that was how my mom, she loved gifting me perfumes, and that was one of our things we did, was we'd go to the mall and pick out a new perfume. We have got endocrine disruption because of the products that we put on our skin, okay? So anyway, that's exactly what I feel like is happening for that. Lisa, welcome. Hi, Julie. Thanks. Yeah, laugh out loud for the bedroom talk. Sorry. So Lisa, the diffuser, you can put in the blue spruce, the Northern Lights black spruce, the Mr. frankincense, Valor. All of those are going to boost in. And I didn't add Valor to any of these protocols, but Valor is a great one for male hormones because it's already in there. I didn't add that. But add that to your diffuser, put it on his side of the bed, and do it before he comes to bed or do it while he's sleeping. You're going to have a great experience. I'm so happy that you love this. Thanks for commenting, everybody. And Pro Plus stopping hot flashes, absolutely. And just, yeah, send in your email and I will get you whatever you guys need. I'll probably, by early next week, I'm still in the process of getting my rhythm down with the newborn. So my goal is to support this group here. And then I'm going to be doing a advanced coaching program. I'm not going to be doing private coaching anymore, one-on-ones. It's just too time consuming with the baby, but we're going to offer a group coaching. So this will be weekly group calls. It'll be one time a week. Everyone can join the live. It'll have a small nominal monthly fee. You'll get graphics, you'll get protocols, you'll get trainings. There'll still be a lot of free stuff in here, but anything that's more specific to your website, your business, your marketing, your niche, like I want it to be personal. So that's why I'm going to offer a weekly one-on-one call with a group. So you guys can ask real live questions in a group basis. So I'll tell you about that as soon as I launch it. And graphics will be included with that. So if you wanted the graphics before, I still haven't been able to get that going, but I have a new way. I'm going to try it now, and it'll be a part of that. Thank you all. Teresa for joining, Jody for joining. I'm just really, really grateful for having all you guys and to be back. It's been a great 2 months, but I missed you. I really hesitated on jumping in and just trying to be like, okay, I'm ready. But I ultimately just needed to feel good with the baby, and she's great. So her name's Ava. Thank you for all your prayers. We had a wonderful home birth, and yeah, God bless you guys for supporting me and letting me take that time. So I will see you all soon, okay? Bye.